Alright guys, I finally broke down and bought an Electropick 3 from Wendt, one of the largest manufacturers of high quality locksmithing equipment in Germany. The website is Xiafix. A lot of you who have owned these have been begging me to do a review. I kept putting it off, and today we're finally going to take a look, and not only that, when we get done, I'm going to give it away. Stick around. Alright guys, the Electropick 3 actually comes in two different versions. Both of them come in this really nice little plastic case that's lockable. Inside, obviously, you're going to get a set of instructions in about, 3 or 4 different languages. You're going to get the Electropick itself, and in the basic kit, in addition to the Electropick, you're going to get a wall wart and a charging cable. You'll also get a very small assortment of tips, about 12 different tips. What you see, and by the way, the basic kit sells for 388 euros. That's about $420. That ought to give you an idea of the quality of this tool. You get what you pay for, though. In what they call the complete set, which sells for 485 euros, $530, you get everything in the basic kit plus a bunch of extra stuff. You get a very large selection of needles. I think there's about 30 different types of, actually there's some doubles in here. So about a set of 15, but doubles of everything. You get the wrench, of course, to replace the tip with. Get this neat little tool. I would not have thought of this, a little brass handled thing. You can actually loosen this up and put the tips in there if you want to hand rake something with one of these tips. You can certainly do that, just use it as a regular pick. And then, of course, you get an assortment of different tensioners, different lengths and thicknesses, etc. In the complete kit, you also get a very, let me dig it out of here, a very high quality spinner. Now, a lot of times you can't completely electropick a lock open. Sometimes you can electropick it counterclockwise, but it's not going to get you an open. In order to get it open, you need to spin it very quickly, and you get this little guy. This is a very nice little flipper. The tip, of course, this is all steel, and both of these handles are solid aluminum. Very strong spring. In fact, I'm kind of limp-wristed. I'm not even sure I'll be able to do it, but turn it, and there you go. Slide that into the lock after you've picked it in one direction or the other, and then push the button, and you get a very quick spin. A very powerful little thing. I think this alone sells for about $90. Also, in the complete kit, you get one of these little guys. Now, a lot of times when you're using Electropicks, it's kind of hard to hold one of those tensioners I showed you. A lot of guys like to put this on the outside of the lock and then fit the pick into the front of it. It's very easy to control the tension on one of these tools. This one, by the way, is adjustable, as you see. So those two little prongs go into the keyway, very delicate touch, and sometimes that can get you an open very quickly. Again, these sell also for about $75 if you buy them separately, but it comes inside of the complete kit. And then I've got some other stuff here that I thought was really cool, that I just bought it because it was cool. And I'm going to throw that in as well. May as well show it to you now. They have these little lapel pins. And this is for the Wendt lockpicking community. I'll show you. I have a badge too. This is a little ID that I bought extra, a little identification for the lockpicking community. I'm hesitant to send it out to some of you guys. I can see you pulling girls over and, showing them that. Going to get both of us in trouble. And then another thing I thought was very cool is, let me get it out of this little bag, a dedicated locksmith belt buckle. Now, is that cool or what? A lot of thought went into that. Everything from key cutting to opening up safes to normal padlocks to snappers, a little bit of everything on there. Very cool little belt buckle. I'm going to throw that in as well. It does not come with a kit, but I thought it was cool, so I went ahead and bought it off the website. Enough of the accessories, Bill. Let's look at the Electropick. Let me pull this out of here, and let's take a little bit closer look. Let me move this out of the way. All right, guys, I'll tell you right up front, any blemishes or scratches you see are completely my fault. I have been playing with this for about 2.5, probably even 3 weeks. I've probably opened well over 100 locks with this thing. So any scratches are completely my fault. When I got it from the factory, it was completely perfect, brand new. Very nice construction. I'll show you some of the detail on this thing. The machine work and the finish on this are just faultless. On this side, you have knurling, so you don't lose your grip even when your hand starts to sweat. But in my experience, this thing opened locks so fast, my hand really never had a chance to sweat very much. What I did notice about this pick is Many electropicks have an equal amount of striking energy whether they go up or down. This one is not the same. I don't know what kind of mechanism they use inside of here. I tried to take this apart. There appears to be a seam right here, but using all of my strength, I believe this is permanently sealed to keep me from monkeying around with it. But whatever's in there, very, very powerful. It strikes with all of its energy in that direction. And then when it comes back downwards, it's just a recoil. So when you place this into your lock, make sure that this flat side is pointed towards the pins. If you do it the other way, you're not going to get but just a tiny fraction of the energy. So if you see this demonstrated on the enclosed CD or on one of the websites, you're going to see, because they're in Europe, most of them are German locks, they're going to be orienting it with the limiting bolt on the top, which means it's going to be striking the pins, which of course are on the bottom. In North America, and I think in all the little clips that I'm going to demonstrate where I use this tool, I'm orienting it like this, where all the pins are on the top. Very, very powerful striking energy on that. Very fast as well. On this, we have a limiter here, and we also have a bottom recoil limiter. You can restrict how much this is going to bounce up and down, either in the vertical direction or in the upwards or in the downwards direction by tightening or loosening one of these two screws. I kind of set it at a happy medium, and I find that it works really well on a very wide variety of locks, pretty much the way it came from the factory. I mentioned it was a sealed unit. Obviously, here's their logo, and here is the energizing button. It's a sealed unit. The end cap does not come off like we've seen on some previous ones. That's because the battery in this you can't just pop it in and pop it out. It has a micro USB plug here. And when you look at the bottom of it, we have a constant indication of how much battery. And I will tell you, I used this thing for a week, and I only dropped it down one of those LEDs. I still had 3 LEDs after using this on 30 or 40 locks. It just has a tremendous amount of energy, and you can tell by the weight that the lithium-ion battery is quite substantial inside of this thing. Right next to the indicator of the battery strength, we have a little light. So when you plug in your charger, have a little external power cell, it'll tell you when it's charging. This one's already full. We don't need to do that. Very powerful motor in this thing. As I said, I have used this constant run time for 2.5 or 3 weeks. I've got well over probably an hour or an hour and a half of this thing running. I've only had to charge this thing one time in the whole time that I've been using it. Anyway, a fantastic piece of kit. I know it's very, very expensive. That's why it took me so long to just make that hard decision to listen to what you guys were saying, listen to your recommendations, and finally just suck it up and buy one. And now that I have, I'm not sorry. I may have to break down and buy another one for me, because we're going to be giving this one away. All right, guys, I want to end this review with kind of an apology. I mean, all of you guys who have owned these and been using them and been begging me to take a look, I've been hesitant simply because of the cost. And you always hear me say, you always get what you pay for. And this time I failed to take my own advice. I failed to realize that we get a very high-quality tool, very easy to use. It's got a single control. And in my experience this last few weeks, you push that button and locks open. I mean, you can't ask for anything more than that from a high-quality piece of locksmithing equipment. So I should have listened to you a year ago, but we finally got around to it. This will be the giveaway this week. It's going to be everything that I described as the complete set, plus this cool stuff that I grabbed. This is the European Lockmaster Association lapel pin. That's going to go, as well as the flash ID. Guys, please don't use this to get yourselves or me in any trouble. That's going to go, as well as the locksmith belt buckle. Very cool stuff. Everything you see is part of the giveaway. Appreciate your time, guys. Stay safe, stay legal. You want to know how to register to win all this cool stuff? Stick around, I'll tell you. All you need to do is navigate to locklab.com, the tribal website, and scroll down in the middle of the page. You'll see all the giveaway buttons, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But the one you're looking for is the Weekend Review giveaway, purple band. Just click on it. It'll take you to the registration page. Again, scroll to the bottom, put in a good email address, so if you win, I can get in touch with you, let you know. Put in a username, doesn't matter what it is, and click Submit. When you're done, you'll get a green check mark confirming your entry. Thanks, guys.